Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Geomologist Presents. Tonight we are continuing our ongoing tale in the Coyote and Crow verse using the Coyote and Crow rule set. And our game master tonight will be BJ Boyd of the Arcane Alienist. And now it's your turn to talk.
Hello, how's everybody doing? CO, Toichu. All right, tonight we are. This will be our second session, won't it?
Yeah.
So spoilers for anybody watching. We'll be running the adventure scenario called Creep by Alan Turner. This comes from the Stories of the Freelands anthology of adventures, and this one is a horror themed thing. Just be forewarned that there's going to be some creepy slasher horror kinds of stuff on the horizon. I hope that doesn't ruin the fun for you guys as
No.
players, but I feel like we need to warn the viewers just in case. All right. Before we get started, you guys want to remind us who you're playing?
Yep.
Carl, you can go first.
All right. I am playing Wakasi. That's him right here. And he is a warrior, and he's a trail defender, Path of the Bison. He is also, what is it? See if I can go here. Yes, he is. So there's a spiritual connection to bison, to the great buffalo, comes from a family of skeptics, which creates self-doubt in him. He's a famous stickballer, and he can count. He has allies. He can maybe count on his ex-teammates to help him in the scrap.
All right.
Because athletes always get into fights, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, Arlen.
Yes. Hi, I am playing Thitsi, who is his archetype is Whisperer, and he is the path of the raccoon, and he is a very charismatic fellow. He's good at convincing people to do what he wants them to do, that sort of thing.
I actually saw a raccoon last night. Just walking down the side of the road as I got home last night. Must have been a juvenile. He didn't look very big, but just kind of turned around and watched me drive by.
They're very cute.
Yeah. And Amy.
I play Olata, and Olata is a seeker from the Path of the Spider. She comes from a kind of decently large family. She's used to always putting her family first and her friends first. She's a drone operator, working on being known as the best drone operator out there. She's just improving her skills, and she really has the goal eventually of taking the drone she has and building it into like a military drone so it's more effective. That's Olata.
All right. So, just to remind everybody, the characters are all members of the Siyata, which is in the setting sort of the police, security, investigators, peacekeepers of the people in the city of Cahokia and the surrounding territories of the Freelands. And so last time you guys averted a plot to set off an explosion at a music festival. Got a little bit of a recognition, a little bit of chance to show your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so we will start tonight with you guys arriving on the scene in your official capacity as members of the Siyata. All right. So the instructions you have received have led you to a club in Cheesy, an area of Cahokia. The sign above the door reads Olawag Yipiachanakanan, outline and flickering lights. So you know this would be a club mostly frequented by elders who are trying to get away, just relax for a while. So it's not like a big, techno dance club kind of place. It's more of a a laid back place for kind of older people to come and unwind and visit with one another and just kind of relax. The place looks closed down for the night though, which is kind of unusual for the middle of the week. There are two older men sitting at the front door. They motion you towards away. They kind of motion you away from the front door towards a side entrance.
Okay.
They don't look they don't look like bouncers. They're also kind of older men, but they are, they look like they know how to handle themselves. They've got a Nietzsche blade strapped to their sides, but they're not threatening or aggressive to you. They see you. They kind of motion you to the side door around that corner.
If I look on my Nisi, would I know if we're supposed to meet with them or if we're supposed to ask for somebody?
You were just instructed to come here, present yourselves here.
Okay.
Inside.
Yeah.
Well, Olata's gonna ask Thirsty if he wants to do the talking since, he's the raccoon out of the group.
Yeah. Ditzy is our face, right? In a way.
Yeah.
And he's
I'm
cute.
happy to. Yeah.
He's very
I'm happy to
cute.
talk.
Look at that. The whiskers, the nose. He's adorable.
He's not really a raccoon.
I know he's not, but that picture is adorable.
Yeah, Wakasi is like the muscle, so
Yeah.
Wait.
All right. So they're indicating you should go down the alley into the side entrance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go talk to him.
Okay. All right. So
Is this
as you
So
Yeah.
I have a question, BJ. So is there like a police force, and you said we're the police, but we're like police investigators? Is that?
Yeah, so Yagata are basically the police. They
Okay.
help with security. They investigate crimes. They, look into disturbances. They help people if someone says help, they come run in to see what.
Are there patrols, or is that how does that?
No,
How does
I
that
don't
work,
think they're
right?
really. But I don't think they're patrols. They may like kind of at the music festival last time. They may bring a bunch of people on site when they know it's a situation that's rife for.
But there's not like regular people that walk a beat or anything.
Yeah, there aren't beat cops. It's pretty much an all. You kind of go where you're asked or where you're requested.
Well, Holata would definitely put her drone up in the air and shine some light down because I'm assuming that this alley is not very well lit.
It is actually, the alley is actually pretty dark. The only thing illuminating the side entrance is the exit sign. So you could look down and see the exit sign above the entrance, but it's not like it gives off a bunch of light. It's just enough that you can see see where it is.
Yeah. But
So if you shine the light down the alley, it's not really anything of interest. It's just a side alley between the buildings.
Has it been like isolated, cordoned off, or anything like that?
No. No, it's
Okay.
just
I'm just making sure that there's nobody waiting in the back alley for us.
no. There's nobody there.
Okay, then she would keep it up in the air until we got close enough to the door, and then she'd bring it down.
Okay.
All right, so we check out what they want us to look at. Is there anyone else, or just us?
Just the three of you.
Three of
Okay,
us.
Yeah. Let's go.
let's check it out.
Okay. So who's going to open the door?
Well, Olata can knock on the door, and we'll see if anyone opens it.
Okay, but before you raise your hand to knock, and before you can even knock, the door opens.
Okay.
It opens silently, and there's a kind of an older woman ushers you in without a word. She just says, just kind of motions for you to come in.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're brought into a room that's thick with smoke from sage and tobacco. Also, there's a sharp scent of chicory. In the room is a kind of a pallet where you can sit, and there is a woman who is wearing the sort of armored vestments of a Seata, is sitting on a stool, looking at you as you come in. So she kind of points, for you to sit.
Okay. Is there lots of light in the room? It's just smoky, or
It's lit enough that you can see around.
okay.
like a bar or a restaurant. You would expect it to be. It's not bright. It's dim enough that people could sit, kind of,
Okay.
in different areas and have private conversations. But it's not dark or scary or anything.
Okay. I would assume Wakasi is going first, then Tristy, and then me. Wait, he's the face of us. We're certainly not going to let him get into danger. So.
Oh, I don't think there's.
I don't think we're in
expect any
danger. I think it's just.
The woman is clearly another Seata
Oh, I know she is, but
officer.
I'm just thinking if we're going somewhere, I would think the order we would take.
No, Wakasi, unless it's a dangerous situation, Wakasi would bring up the rear.
Okay. I guess.
So probably, I don't know, either of you two.
It doesn't
And just
matter.
Wakasi has his club on his shoulder, just kind of.
And I
looking
don't know
tough.
I don't know if the three of you would appreciate you get this as much, but any of our viewers who are from the native community would appreciate that what she does is not point so much as she
Nods.
the chin and the lips. That's a thing that we are known for, using our chin and our lips to show people where to go.
It's better than other things.
She indicates for you to sit down. So.
Okay.
If you sit down, she says, "Thank you for coming. I apologize for some of the theatrics. We want to make sure as few people have eyes on this. This is a very sensitive situation. I'm Captain Midag of the Seata. I don't think we've met, but I've heard you all did a very good job with the situation at the music festival a few weeks ago. So I'm very, very you come very well recommended for this. So I've been tasked with assembling a team to investigate a kind of an unusual situation, and I need to ensure that at no time will you share any information about it with anyone other than myself or one of the Council of 12. Remember, the Council of 12 is the governing body of the city.
Mm-hmm.
If you're uncomfortable with that restrictions, you're welcome to leave, and we'll find someone else.
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine.
Yep.
Good to know. So here's what you need to know. On the new moon 2 months ago, a young man, Nizinazaka of Chizi, was found dead by his auntie at his mother's house. Over the following weeks, 2 more similar deaths occurred. One was a young man named Manisi, who was found. A young woman named Manisi was found by her uncle in her bedroom, and another was a two-spirit person named Sukagami was discovered by their father, who went looking for them after not hearing from them for a few days. What was common about all these deaths is that they were all in locked rooms. The bodies were all dismembered, with the parts stacked or arranged neatly in the center of the floor of the room. There was no evidence of a scuffle, though. That is to say, there seems to be nothing showing that the victims resisted or put up a fight or tried to escape. And they were slaughtered by an extremely, extremely sharp weapon, possibly some sort of Anicha blade. This afternoon, the most recent victim, Witak, was found by his sister, who said she woke up from a bad dream and rushed to check on him, and she must have interrupted the crime because he wasn't completely dismembered and arranged the way the previous victims.
But he's undead?
He is dead. Yes.
Unalived?
Yes, unalived. As she explains the situation, she puts down some actual images, printed images, crime scene images. We're keeping the local guards away. This is really because this is really personal. Witok is related to some people in high places. They suspect that this may be, or they fear at least that this may be some sort of politically motivated or form of terrorism. So some members of the council want to lock down the city until the killers is found. Others want to keep it quiet because we don't want to start a panic. So we are trying to move quickly and get this sorted out as quickly as we can.
Okay.
So she can give you Witok's address if you want to go investigate and see what you can find. She wants you to basically go to his home and see if you can, basically scour it top to bottom, see what you can figure out what's going on, and report back to me or the council committee with whatever leads you have before you can take any action.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm assuming that these pictures she's showing us can be sent to our nieces.
Yeah, you can basically, image capture them with your nieces so that you have them for future reference.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Off we go.
Yeah. I guess we'll go. Well, I do. This is like a. I can understand why she doesn't want us to talk about it, because I guess it could spread fear and the like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But how? I'm assuming this is a rare occurrence.
Yeah, this is not really
Do we think
typical.
Do you think it is a person or something else?
Well, something's getting into locked rooms. And I can pretty much assure you that our victims are not doing it to themselves. So, is there any
you
connection?
said there was no struggle, right?
Right, but is there any connection found between these four? The three men
Just that
and
they
one
were
woman?
they were between them, no, there doesn't seem to be any other connection.
Okay, so they wouldn't have known each other or known the same people.
Not that they're aware of. But
Okay.
if you could
We
find
can-
that,
we can
you
maybe
can
find that,
certainly
yeah.
investigate to see if you can figure if they can.
Yeah.
Pop-
Okay, so that's not ruled out. Well, did she answer my question about something unnatural or supernatural?
That
Something
we don't
else?
know.
They don't.
It could be. It could be some sort of, someone who's just really good with technology.
Okay.
Very skilled. We don't know. The cuts could, it's from something very sharp. They are consistent with a blade, but that doesn't mean it couldn't be something else.
Right.
Is Witok's address within walking distance of where we are, or?
She can give you the address, and you can get over there pretty easily, either by walking or, you could get a transport.
Because my idea would be to walk there and see if there's any cameras or anything along the way that maybe we could tap into, and I could download videos, see if we can't capture something that shouldn't be there.
Yeah. Yeah, she gives you the address.
Okay. So I think Holata would say she wants to walk over there.
Okay. Well, as you make your way over there, there are, certain places that would probably have security cameras.
Okay.
Business fronts or residences.
So could I tap in and try and get the footage from that? Make
a would it be computers check?
Skills, computers. What would my success number need to be?
Isn't 8 the default?
Yes.
Yeah, 8.
Okay. Gosh. That's rolling 5 successes.
Oh wow! Yeah, you
Nice.
are able to identify several to kind of almost create a 3-dimensional, or no, I
Wow.
don't know if 3-dimensional is
Amazing
right,
roll.
but like you get multiple angles on the area. I mean, there's nothing really pointed directly at the residence.
Perfect. And would we have time to look at these before we go in, or do we want to hold these and look at them after we talk to other people?
I think we talked to people, right? And they right?
Because do we know what room they were in, if they were like on a second floor or first floor in the back? Because I'm thinking that I would definitely want to check, 360 all around the house to see if I see any scratches or bullet holes, ladders, footprints, broken glass, anything like that.
Okay.
And obviously she'd be taking pictures as she went along.
Okay.
So
Do you want to inspect the outside of the house first, or go in and look around the house?
I want to look outside.
Okay. So when you actually get to the house, it's pretty inconspicuous aside from their two guards standing on either side of the doorway. They kind of look at you as you approach, and kind of reflexively kind of stand a little stronger, and both kind of drop their hands down where they've got their mag slings, at their hips.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think Olata would do the outside first, and then go inside.
They're like, what are you doing? One of them asks, kind of holds his hand up.
I'm looking for footprints or damage, anything out of the ordinary. Broken panes of glass, shutters.
Who are you?
Do we have
This is
badges or credentials?
You have some credentials you can show them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
show them. I will show him that.
Okay. Oh, okay. There. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Yeah, sure. Carry on.
Right.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay.
All of us, or just
Anybody who wants to.
okay? Yeah, I guess we're all looking around.
And
right?
I would.
I
because you
mean,
got
I feel like I should. I feel like I should. So this guy came from where? He was like just someone in the area, or?
this is his house. It's where he lives.
Oh, okay. But all right. So this is one of the. He's related probably to one of the people that was killed.
That's what. No. These are just security people that they have posted here to keep people away until you guys show up to investigate.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So I got 2. And I did it with 8 as the success number.
Okay. So yeah, you don't see any kind of indication of like somebody broke in. There's no sign of a forced entry or windows being tampered with.
Okay.
On the outside.
Okay.
One of the security guards says the scene of the murder has not been really disturbed, and his sister is in there.
Okay, is this where is it in the house? Like if we go in, is it the first room, second room in the back corner?
Right. Yeah, we go to the.
Yeah.
I guess we go to the location, right?
Okay. So there are some other people now as you go in, rushing about collecting evidence. So as you go into the house, first you're kind of, you can see there's a kitchen to the side. You see a young woman who's sitting down, looks very disheveled, very upset. There's someone kind of talking to her. Looks like maybe some sort of counselor or it's like that. Just it looks up and acknowledges you guys' presence. And one of the other people who's already there said that that's the victim's sister, and his room is back there.
Okay.
And kind of points to a room farther back in the home.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming that Thirsty is going to talk to the sister first, or
Well, I think we should look at the room first.
okay.
The scene of the crime.
Okay. So again, there's another Ciata guard standing. I guess there are kind of guards versus investigators.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who are more security versus kind of, I guess, would be detectives. But so he because hey, just want to warn you, it's pretty bad in there. It's just be ready.
Gratitude.
Okay.
And Olata we would have gloves, right?
Yeah, we probably could.
Probably, yeah.
I'm assuming she would have gloves on, and she would check the door handle, ask if it's been dusted or anything. Has anything been collected?
Yeah. You can talk
Okay.
to one of the people that's already looked around if you want.
Yeah.
So first thing that hits you though, he opens the door, is there's a dank, sweet, mildewy funk that just wafts out, and it overwhelms your senses. The room is dark. It is dark and it's lit, but it is lit kind of with a mixture of cascading lights that are coming from computer terminals and various peripheral devices attached to a computer. There are 2 work lights that have been set up by other investigators to focus on, what's on the floor. But whatever it is, they've got a tarp over it, which is probably the body.
Most likely.
Blood is pooled out from beneath the tarp and started to coagulate on the floor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Olata wants to. I mean, obviously, there's nothing she can do for the person. She's not ready to look at that yet because I think we need to look at other stuff first. But can she see on those computer terminals what he might have had open?
That would require let's see, you can do a computers check.
Okay. Is there anything you guys want to look at?
Yeah, I mean,
You could just do a general search of the room with an investigation check also.
I have tracking. Can that learn anything?
You don't see any kind of tracks. I just give you that. So.
Okay.
So I got 2 successes.
So he had a considerably better than average setup here, including second eyes, which are VR goggles,
Mm-hmm.
really nice ones, and seemed to have a taste for odd and experimental experiences. So kind of going into a virtual reality setup to didn't just
We should check that out.
Odd sensory experiences, things like that. Nothing seems to have been taken, even though it's all really expensive stuff. It's clear that he took pride in this collection so much that he actually sought out physical media to load into the unit instead of just downloading it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of his media cases are signed by the developers.
Wow. Well, I think we should check out what he saw, or if it's got recorded, or what's there in that virtual reality. I mean,
all right. Somebody make an investigation check for me.
It's not going to be great.
I have
What's the
extreme.
target?
I actually have really good investigation. I have a 7. What do you have,
Okay,
Carl?
go for it. No, go for it. I have
Me
2. I have 2.
You have 7, Arlen?
No.
Or?
I have 5,
Oh,
so I
okay.
think you should go for it. Yeah.
You should go for it.
I mean, you can all roll to kind of collectively do it as a group.
That's fine. Why does
I don't
it
wanna-
say critical pool? I don't know what that means.
When you get a 12, it's a critical success, and you get to roll
Okay.
a bonus die.
Oh, fun.
Okay. Carl, you want to roll also just to see if you can contribute anything?
Oh, is it like a everyone's contributing to success levels?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's the target number?
8.
Arlen, I thought you said you weren't
1.
good at it. Hey, you got one.
I got one.
Yay.
All right. Other than the door, there is no physical means of entry into this room. The windows are locked and barred, so there's no other way in or out. You notice that there's a strange fungus-like residue all over the tech in the room.
Okay.
Some of it on the walls as well. You notice that one case where he'd bought physical media with the title Way of the Hyonganzawag, Darkness Embracing. It sits on the desk, but the media itself is not in the case. Inside the box is a receipt for a place called Madeira's Trading Post, which is down in the Cheesy Market. Cheesy part. This is a part of town called Cheesy.
Okay. So that's probably what he was either getting ready to put on or he was using and was taking it out.
Mm-hmm.
Can we dust it for fingerprints?
Is that a thing?
And I would certainly have taken pictures of this before we touch anything.
Yeah. I want to put on his VR rig.
Okay.
Be careful, we don't know what's on it.
Well,
Carl's gonna trigger the cyber vampire.
yeah.
Something like that.
Well, you'd have to load some media first.
Okay. Well, look what he
Might as
look
well.
at what he was looking at last, or what game or whatever, what experience he was doing
Yeah.
last.
After I dust it, Carl. After I dust it.
Okay.
Does anybody have the what's the name of this ability?
As long as it's not performance, I could probably try it. I have cybernetics. I don't know what that is, though.
Give me just a second. I'm trying to find my notes here.
Okay.
That'd be charm.
Let's see.
Harlan, do you have any working theories right now?
Sorry, I'm getting a little
no.
lag on my PDF reader.
That's okay.
Yep.
Harlan, do you have any theory?
Character. Does anybody have Walk the Black?
I don't know what that is, so no.
Ability
What
Walk
is-
the Black.
What is that?
The ability Walk the Black.
Oh, an ability, not a skill. I have.
I don't
No,
think
I have-
so, but
I have,
Toughness of the bison.
I have quiet mind.
okay. All right. So what this is it's it's almost like almost like a virtual reality documentary,
Hmm.
or almost like just an overview of a group called the Hyonganzawag. They are you probably heard of them. They're kind of a reclusive group. That they kind of live in their own little kind of compound. they are a kind of reclusive group that believe that the world actually ended with the Awis, the Ice Age, and that basically everybody the people aren't real. We're everybody's dead. You're a spirit. That the physical world isn't real anymore. That you're in the next life. And it basically kind of goes over some of their basic philosophies and beliefs about that.
Interesting. There wouldn't happen to be a closet or anything like that in this room, would there?
Let me finish reading this and I'll get to that. So you would know that the Hyang-Gazawag are, like I said, they're mostly consigned to a monastery compound to the west of Cahokia. They're some people are kind of suspicious of them because they keep to themselves and they have these kind of weird beliefs, but they've never caused problems. They're just kind of a weird fringe group.
Okay.
But that was the name on the media. And,
okay.
Yeah, it was called Way of the Hyang-Gazawag, Darkness Embracing. But that's all it seems to play is an introduction to their.
Because I know Olata would want to say.
And it's very dramatic. Like everything goes black. Like it's like a pitch black, and then there's sound and words and stuff. So it's a very immersive experience. Okay. There there's a closet. It's just got clothing.
Okay, but if I open the closet, then I look up, there's no false hatches or anything?
No.
There's no way somebody could have been in the closet. I don't see anything disturbed.
Mm-mm.
If I go over to the window, does it look locked or unlocked or?
No, it's barred. There's no way that something could have got in, or if there was somebody in here, they didn't go through the window to leave.
And is the door one of these doors that you lock it from the inside, so he could have been let in, or he or she, it could have been let in, and then when they left, lock it behind themselves?
The door, yeah, you can lock yourself in from the inside.
Okay. So most likely he was let in. He, she, whatever, was let into the room.
Well, yeah, that's the rules with vampires.
It tends to be.
Is it a vampire, you think?
I don't know. We haven't looked at the body yet to see if it's drained of its blood, but we could look. I'm just trying to look at everything in the room first before we inspect the body. So I wanted to look at the bed, see if it was slept in or sat on, laid on, anything underneath it.
Nothing really seems like what you wouldn't expect. I mean, this is the guy's room. The bed has been, laid in, but not anything that just jumps out as unusual about it.
Okay. And if I look under the bed, nothing rolled under the bed that I need to look at?
No.
Is there enough space between the bottom of the bed and the ground where someone could lay under it?
Probably a small person.
Okay. I think Olata's kind of small. Can she shine lights under there and see if she sees?
Yeah. There's nothing under the. You guys got like 7 successes on the investigation. There's
nothing.
You haven't missed anything.
I'm trying not to miss anything. Are there any books on bookshelves or anything?
There aren't any books in Cahokia.
Okay. Is it all like electronic
Yeah,
Or
it's electronic media.
medium?
Okay. Can I get into his computer and see if he's maybe got some emails or, text going back and forth between anybody?
Yeah, you made that computer check.
Okay.
That's what you didn't find anything unusual. Other
That's
than
why we got to
starting-
get into this game or this documentary. We looked at it. Is that what you said?
Yeah, yeah,
Something just on that group, I guess.
yeah.
Hmm. Can I take a sample of that fungus we found so we can
Yeah.
get it tested?
Yeah. Yep.
Definitely want to take that back. And if we've successfully looked at everything else in the room, are there lights
Yeah.
we can turn on so that the room is more lit?
The investigators have got the lights shining. They set up 2 big lights.
Okay, so we could see it. All right,
Yeah.
I guess we'll take the cover
Guess
off.
we're done.
Well, now we have to look at the body.
Oh, okay. They left the body here. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll definitely take pictures
Under
of
a tarp.
everything.
They've got it covered with a tarp.
So
Okay.
pick up the tarp as best as I can without damaging or moving anything.
Okay. Everybody can make a medicine check.
Medicine.
Same target number.
8.
Yep. Oh, I know nothing.
Okay.
Wow. Critical failure.
All right.
Goodness. 5.
Okay. So, there are organs missing from the body.
Okay.
The
Looks fine to me.
Everything has been dissected with precision.
Okay.
The body has been dissected with precision, but the organs seem to have been hastily cut out, and they're not present.
Okay, so he took them away.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of blood on the floor?
Yeah, blood is coagulated on the floor. So if you lift the tarp, you see the body, or what remains of it is there. It's been sliced and cut. The limbs and appendages are neatly sliced off and arranged in a strange pattern around the head.
Hmm.
The organs have been extracted. The eyelids removed. The fingertips have been arranged around the head, like someone was trying to make the victim's face look like the center of like with the sun.
Okay.
Does any of this look like what was in that documentary, or any of the philosophy or worship from that documentary?
No.
All right. Can ceremony inform me of something?
Let me finish. Let's see,
Okay.
because she got a lot of successes in that medicine.
Oh, okay.
You can tell that Watak was alive when he was being dismembered,
Oh gosh.
but offered no resistance. While the blood is mostly pooled around the body, there should be more blood here. There should be more blood than is present. And there are strange purple bruises similar to Adenati marks that outline where the second eye peripheral would have made contact with the face.
Was this guy an Adenati?
Yeah, pretty much everybody is on some level.
Oh, I thought not everyone was gifted, and that's why it only. Okay.
Well,
Actually, he may not have. He may not be.
Is there enough blood that I can collect some for testing?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm thinking he had to have been under the influence of something.
Maybe. Well, I mean, but how long has this man been deceased?
Could I?
I'm gonna look and see if he's.
I mean, that should have been in the brief, right?
Little mother. Okay. I thought there was a note on here about whether he had the Adenati or not. Black, brown, gold. Yeah, he does. He does have Adenati marks on him.
Okay.
But that pattern around, it looks like they're bruises, and they're not exactly Adenati marks. They're kind of similar, just around where the goggles would have been on his face.
Okay.
Okay.
Ceremony. Let's see if ceremony tells you anything.
Oh, I have 3 in ceremony.
Mine's pretty good. I got a 5 in ceremony.
How about you, Arlen? Are you ceremonially over there?
I am not good at ceremony. No.
Spirit. Let me check. Yeah, go ahead for it.
Okay. One success. Not a great roll, but 1 success.
You can see his Adenati marks on his body.
Okay. Or you saw them already. But
Yeah. You can confirm that.
okay. No, I was trying to think if this is some sort of ritual that that reminds me of something. Or...
Yeah, not with the 1.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I should have used my blessing. It would have reduced my investigation check by 1 the first time, but she made it anyways.
Okay.
Trying to think of other things that she would ask. So there's no window, there's just bars on it. We have that fungus. I'm just thinking, does it look like maybe he consumed some of the fungus? Like if I open his mouth, obviously if the stomach is gone, I can't see what he ate, but does he still have his teeth?
No.
His teeth are gone? Okay.
Yep.
Are the eyes gone too?
No, the eyelids have been cut off, but the eyes are still there.
But the eyes are still there.
Okay. So that makes me think that whoever killed him wanted him to basically look him in the eyes type of idea, so they couldn't turn away.
Or he wasn't struggling when he's doing this. We'll see if he was drugged.
Well, I want to test that.
Yeah, we get some intoxicant or more psychological, mental.
Okay.
Is there any evidence that he was having water or anything to drink in the room, anything to eat set out in there?
Yeah, I mean, there's there's bottles of water and kind of snack, finger food, snack food.
I'll take that to test as well, see if it was tampered with.
Okay.
Anything you want to look for, Arlen? I don't want to cut you out.
No, I guess I don't necessarily have anything I feel like we need to look for here. I want to go to the shop and ask him about the place where he bought the media.
Well, I still want to talk to the sister, but I can meet you over there if you guys want to go there. I just feel like I need to talk to the sister and find out if it was just the 2 of them there. Did anybody come over? Any phone calls we should know about? Does this gentleman have a cell phone that we can find in the room? Anything like that?
What's a cell phone?
Or whatever.
The
Neezy?
The Neesies, if he has an Neesy.
Yeah, everybody has a Neesy.
Okay. I'll take his. Can I get into it, or do I need to do computers again?
You probably need to do a computer's check.
Okay. 8 again. 2 successes.
Yeah. There's nothing really unusual in there. I mean, he's got messages he sent to friends and back and forth to his sister, but just talking about normal everyday stuff.
Okay. Can I make a list of his friends? Because I'd want to talk to them too.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll take the pictures and everything that we've found so far and kind of keep notes in my little tablet. And
So one of you all get an alert on your Nisi.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
the captain that had sent you over here.
Yeah, I'll send the pictures over to her.
Hey, what's going on? What have you found?
Transmitting pictures and information found so far, and I'll send that over.
What's going on? What's actually happened?
He is unalived. He was obviously alive at the time that the dismemberment started. No eyelids, no teeth, no internal organs. There's some fungus around here. The window is barred. Entry had to have been made intentionally, and the person left and locked the door behind him. Seems
Did his sister see anything?
we have not spoken with her yet, but we did canvass the outside of the house. Nothing was found thus far. Are you guys can talk to her too? Did I miss
I
anything?
mean, I didn't. No,
Are you going to tell her about the virtual reality thing and what you saw?
Yeah, but I told her about the virtual reality documentary, but I don't think it means
Okay.
anything.
And
We'll find out if the sister saw anything, and I'll see if we can. I'll check with some of the other crime scene reports and see if there's anything that jumps out.
specifically,
Okay.
I'm bringing back samples of a fungus and of blood that we need.
You can probably give that to one of the other investigators and have them bring it back if you need.
Yeah,
or you can bring it back yourself, whichever you prefer.
I don't know that I would like to involve the other investigators right now. You said that we're supposed to be keeping this under wraps, so.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I got to come and.
I mean, there are already other investigators here that have been collecting like physical evidence.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I'll let them take it. We just want the reports when they come in, and I'll start down the hall to head over to the sister. I'm assuming that she's down the hall near the kitchen.
That's where she was when you came in.
Yeah, and I'll send the water bottles and the food and everything that I've collected. I want tested. So, and I would maybe take some samples of like the chair he was sitting on, like some swabs from that, make sure that we can't tell, was he sweating an awful lot more than normal? How long was he in the chair? If we can figure that out. And I'll head to the sister. Are you guys staying in the room still, or are you on sister duty too?
I guess I'll go and also talk with the sister.
Yeah,
or
that's a good idea.
hang out while you talk to the sister. You know, I can use my insight to see if she lies about anything.
The crap barometer. Alrighty. Well, I'll definitely go up to the sister and I'll introduce myself as Alata. I'm one of the investigators on this case. I'd like to assure you that we will be keeping this as quiet as possible, as requested by the family. But I had some questions for you. Did you have any visitors over last night? Anybody unusual to you?
No one came by.
Did anybody come by and was here to see your brother prior to you being in the house? Did you leave and then come back?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. How many times did you leave the house yesterday?
I just went to I sell I I have uh, a shop in the market where I sell beadwork.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it I just make and sell. Somebody else do commissions. So yeah, I just left to go to work and then came back
And
kind of in the late afternoon.
Okay.
So are we talking to you directly, or is this like on a Nisi or something?
No,
She's right there.
She's
the
right
house.
here.
You don't seem very broken up by your
She's
brother's death.
She's like been crying and her eyes are nearly swollen shut. And
just the way you
there's like a therapist. There's like sorry.
Mhm.
Well, I'm trying to read the
you kind of present her as like,
I'm sorry, Carl. I'm not going to win an Oscar for my performance as a 21-year-old woman.
Female. Who's been crying.
No, she's obviously very upset.
She seemed very dismissive. I was about to use coercion to say something, but if she's
no, she's being cooperative. She's being cooperative. She just
okay.
She's clearly upset. If anything, she might be in a little bit of shock.
Yeah.
Do you remember if your brother left the house at all yesterday?
I don't think so. He doesn't go out much.
And what did your brother do for work?
He would work down by the boatyards, mostly doing repair work and helping kind of load and unload things, move things around.
Okay. Would he come in contact?
Mostly he mostly spent his time on his hobbies. You know, the computers and the media and things like that.
At his job, would he come in contact with any funguses? Did he work with fungus?
Not that I don't know. Why? I don't.
Curiosity.
Say anything about fungus.
It's just a question. Sometimes fungus, if you ingest it or smell it, can make you hallucinate. Mm-hmm. Would you mind giving us the address as to where he was working so that we could go down there and maybe speak to some people?
Yeah, if you go down to the boatyards and just ask around, people will know him.
Okay. I think the only other question Alata would have is, did you eat dinner with your brother prior to the unfortunate incident?
No, when I came home, he was already in his room.
Okay.
I was in my room. I just went into my room and was working on a project, and I started to drift off to sleep. And then I had a dream about him. And in the dream, he was falling into this deep, dark hole and screaming, but there was no sound. And I woke up in a panic, and it was like I was just cold. It was like the room was cold. So I went to check on him. I checked the temperature, and nothing seemed wrong with the actual, air conditioning. And then I noticed all the lights were out. Nothing was working. So I went to his room and knocked on the door to see if he was okay. I heard this shuffling and this weird humming, and I thought what might be a voice. So I yelled out for Watak, but he didn't respond. His door seemed locked, which he only does when he's using his second eyes, to play a game or watch a media. Anyway, I call his name again loudly, and all this and all the sound in the room stopped. The lights came back on all at once, and the door popped open. And then I pushed the door open, and I saw she can't really say anything. I mean, she's starting to get choked up.
Yeah.
It was just, how does that happen? Who does that? Who would do that? We don't have any. There's nobody. Why would anybody want to hurt him? Or he's not. He's not a bad person. He's yeah. And so she's getting kind of the counselor who's kind of there, kind of a grief counselor, like pats her on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Do you remember if his window was open?
no, there was no one there. When the door came open, there was no one there. It felt like someone should be there, but there was nobody there. It's like I could feel. It's like I could almost feel them. It's like I'm.
Was there a fog or a mist? Anything like that?
No, the room was dark, other than the lights from his computer setup.
Mm.
So there could have been
But
somebody.
then when the lights came back on and they shined in from outside, then I could see what had happened.
How long would you say you stood in the darkness in that room?
Just for a minute, and then I called for help. Just a few seconds, probably.
Okay, so you left the room and went and called for help, so the door was open?
The door to his room? Yeah, I ran and grabbed my niecey to call for help.
Okay. But then when you came back, the door was locked?
No.
It was open still?
So she walked in. The lights went out. It was cold. She woke up from a nightmare. She went to check on him. She could hear something in the room. And she started yelling and screaming. And then the lights came back on and the door popped open. And even though the lights were off in his room, probably because the switch or whatever controls the light was off, it was like the power had gone out in the house. And then it just came back on and when the door popped open.
Okay.
And she ran back to her room to grab her easy device to call for help.
Because in that short amount of time, what I'm thinking is that that's enough time for whoever was in there to get behind her, and while she went to get her tablet to leave the scene. Carl, I think you're muted.
Whatever it did, it turned off all the lights, right? So.
Well, it makes me think that there was one outside and one inside. We didn't see anything out of the ordinary outside, but it doesn't mean that they couldn't have.
Well, we still haven't done like a walk around of the area either. So
she did. She didn't find anything.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't do the tracking outside.
But
you can go outside and look for tracks if you want.
But my thought process is electricity, if you interrupt it, you don't have to interrupt it from the house per se. You could do it from somewhere else, just enough to flicker it on and off.
I mean, is it like how is the power grid set up? Is that possible? Someone could do that remotely? I guess I could.
Like an exterior electrical box.
Yeah, I mean they could find like the way the power comes into the place and disrupt it. Yeah. There's probably something like a breaker switch for the dwelling.
Yeah.
You could either flip the switch or just cut the connection.
Mm-hmm. But if you cut it, it's not as easy to put it back on. So just interrupting it. Is there a way I could contact our contact and ask her if she could get me the records for how much electricity was being used in the house and if there was a point in time where it stopped and started back up?
That wouldn't be something they could get like instantaneously. They could certainly
work on getting that. Yeah.
Work on getting that information.
Yeah. Because she would definitely want that. Because her working theory is that there might be two people involved.
The counselor kind of guides her to sit back down and like comes over and says, "Do you know how much longer this is going to take? She really probably needs to either go somewhere else if people are going to be here all night gathering evidence, or."
For her own sanity, I think it'd be a good idea for her to leave the house at least for tonight. Does she have family she can stay with?
Yeah, she has family she can stay with.
Okay, good. Alright. That sounds good. And I know Carl wanted to go outside. And
So you get
tracks.
another ping from you get another alert from me dog, the captain.
Okay.
Okay.
She's like, "Hey, I need you to come meet me at the I will need you to come pretty soon to meet me with the and report into the council committee with
Okay.
an update."
Not a
Okay.
problem. I think we're pretty much done here. We're gonna have the
Is there anywhere else anywhere else you need to go before you come in?
I'd like to go to the boat docks.
To the where?
Well, isn't that where the brother worked? The boatyard, the boat docks?
I mean,
You worked at the boat docks. You also, what else did you find?
The store for
Yeah.
The trading post where he buys the he
that's
kind
the
of had
main
a
two things. And I guess we could go looking for the actual monastery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nearby.
But before we took off for that, I know Carl wanted to use his tracking on the outside.
okay. Go for it.
3 successes.
All right. You see tracks and footprints, but they seem to just be ordinary foot traffic. You don't see anything
Okay.
that would suggest, a recent, nothing like bloody footprints or signs of someone kind of trying to climb up the wall or.
Okay.
Okay.
So do you want to? Do we have time to go to some other place, like one of these other leads?
You could make it to the mark because the market is in this part of town.
Yeah.
This cheesy district. So you could go by the store where he got the thing.
Yeah, we can go by
head
there.
over.
And how far away are the boat docks?
You find the map, I'll tell you. Let's see. Cheesy is in the north. So it's sort of an island in the middle of the river.
Okay.
So the docks are actually part of the it's part of this district.
Okay, so
But it'd be let's see, do we have a distance marker here?
is it something we could go to shortly after the market?
You probably could go to one or the other. I mean, the market's just really close by, so you probably have time to go to the market before they want you to come back and report in. The docks would take longer
Okay.
to get there and back.
Well, I'll let her know that we're going to stop by the market first, and then we can meet with the council. But I would like to get to the boat docks.
Okay.
And if she could put an acceleration on that fungus, testing it, I'd appreciate it. The blood and the fungus.
Okay.
And I'd tell her what the sister said about it was cold. She was having a dream. She went and checked on him. She couldn't open the door. She heard some sounds as if she heard another voice. The door opened. The lights went back on. She went and got her tablet. And I would tell her my working theory is there was somebody else in there that might have been small and was able to stealth out of there while she was distracted.
Okay.
Do you guys need to add anything to that so far?
No.
Arlen, anything you want to add to it?
I don't think so. Do we ask the sister about? I mean, Sounds like she was describing that the brother was doing manual labor at the docks, which seems like if he's got all this tech stuff and he's related to somebody in power and all that, it seems kind of like slumming it a little bit, right?
Well, I mean, maybe he just enjoyed it.
Well, that's possible, but let's ask the sister about that before we go also.
I'll let you talk to the sister because I think I was interrogating her, so she's probably done talking to me for a second.
Okay. I will ask the sister about that.
Because I think you could probably not coerce that information out of her, but you know what I mean. Be a little more gentle, a little less forthcoming.
Yeah. In the most diplomatic way possible, say, hey, it seems like manual labor is not really what I would expect someone with this kind of technological aptitude and all that to be using as a source of gainful employment. What's up with that?
Well, that's all. He just his computers and stuff were really his passion, and he really just worked as much as he needed to help pay the expenses and buy his gear. He would do that work. Sometimes he would help me at my shop, but he didn't really. That was what made him happy. So that's what he. As long as he had enough money for that, he didn't really wasn't into fancy clothes or fine dining or other expenses. I think that's probably something all of us as gamers can relate to, right? All the spare money goes to your
the hobby,
gaming. Yeah.
I see you say that, but I'm gonna find the chart somewhere with all the prices of goods.
Uh-oh. That stuff really expensive?
I'm just saying that looks like Second Eye VR Basic is 5 cost and Second Eye VR Advanced is 6 cost.
That's
which is outside of my price range.
Yeah.
So
like, I don't know, you'd have to talk to he gets all that stuff at Manada's, I think.
Maybe add another income, shall we say? That's my guess, but I'm not there, so I was trying to let you talk to her.
That's the trading post. She's saying the same place where he bought the VR documentary.
Where he gets all that stuff.
All right, well, we'll ask them about it.
Yep.
Okay.
That seems logical.
All right. So, all right. So you head to the market?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Manada's Trading Post is a 24-hour establishment where all sorts of sundry goods can be bought and sold. The proprietor of Manada is an elder who seems, who's there.
Is he the only one there?
He looks like he's got a couple of. When you get there, yeah, he's the only one there, actually.
Okay. Can I ask him if he would be willing to close his shop down to talk to us for roughly 25 to 30 minutes?
Yeah. Something about this place is not.
Am I smelling that smell that we smelled in that bedroom?
No, but it is a little. I don't know. This place is kind of. I don't know if you would say shady, because I don't want you to guys think that you just walked into a. You ever go into a pawn shop or somewhere and you're like, I wonder if all this stuff did,
Yeah.
Where did they get some of this stuff?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of everything here.
There's a pawn shop 4 blocks from my high school, and I think it was one of those things that my buddies and I were like, well, I don't know. How do they end up with all of their various goods in their inventory?
Yeah.
Very carefully.
All right.
I mean, I definitely want to keep an eye out for whether or not I see anything that has fungus on it, anything that has a distinctive smell, anything that might look sticky.
Yeah. So you come in, he greets you. Welcome to I'm Minata. This is my trading post. Can I help you? Anything in particular I can help you find? Anything you're interested in?
What
If I
sort
don't
of
have it
good?
now, I might be able to get it.
What sort of goods are on display?
It's just everything.
Everything.
Well, sundry goods. I mean,
Are
you
there
got
other
clothing,
people in
you
here?
got food, you got yeah, there are a couple other people.
Do we see any other similar pieces of technology to what the setup was like back at the house?
Well, he's got just kind of regular, electronic gear. So yeah, he has, stuff priced as you might expect.
Does he have any more copies of the weird documentary about the cult?
You don't see one just sitting around.
How
Could
big?
ask him about it.
How
Yeah,
big
we
would
could
you
ask him.
say he is? Is he
I mean,
tall?
he's an average sized guy.
Or do we need to close down the shop like he wanted to? Is that what you?
Well,
Or-
I want to wait for those people to leave and then ask them to close the shop for 25 to 30 minutes to talk to us.
Okay.
Those people that are shopping in there, are any of them, shall we say, of a shorter stature?
Why asking if they're short?
Because I am.
I. Mm, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a person who's kind of below average height.
If they're not looking, can I take a picture quickly of them?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Because I'd want to go up to them and I would say, "Oh, do you shop here often?"
Sometimes, yeah. He usually has pretty good deals if you catch him at the right time.
Ah.
And there's always something different. It's never the same exact inventory every time.
Oh, do you have a favorite item that you come here to look for?
No, just stop in every now and then to see what I might find. More
See.
browsing than anything.
Were you here yesterday by any chance?
No, I haven't been here for maybe a week or so.
Ah. Thank you. So I back away. I was kind of hoping he or she would have picked something up so I could dust it and get their fingerprint.
I don't know what. Okay.
Guys,
I guess I missed something.
I'm being
Anytime.
investigative. No, I didn't find anything per se, but my working theory is if they are short and small and could fit up against a wall in the darkness, they could also move a little quicker, or they could have been under the bed, or they, any number of things. Get out easily. The other thing I forgot to check to see is if those bars were removable from the window. Could they have been removed, get out of there, and then put them back? It's just a theory. Just checking my theories. Did you two have a theory? You or Arlen?
I still think it was a vampire.
Could be. Vampires can be short. Sometimes they turn into bats. Does the Native American Society believe in vampires?
Well, I mean, there are monsters that
Yeah, they're
drain life of people. I mean, but No, like European version. Not as no.
Well, I
Yeah,
don't
it's a
say it
different
matters
type
if
of-
you believe in vampires. It matters if vampires believe in you, right?
Yeah.
No way if they.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some. It probably depends on. I mean,
I mean,
don't
there
know.
definitely
I'm-
are.
I'm-
I mean,
I'm
they're
su-
not
I'm sure there's
necessarily like
something
blood
like that.
drinking. They're not like blood drinking, Romanian vampires, right?
Yeah.
But in that Mask of Nyarlathotep, those creatures, are like a vampire type of creature, right? The ones that are in that adventure. And that's from that's Peruvian.
I mean, they're
Peruvian indigenous
they're-
tales, right? So
Yeah, there are plenty of monsters that supposedly feast on organs or blood or flesh.
So even dogs or werewolves, that type of idea.
Or Hannibal Lecter.
I think we'd notice him.
Wendigo.
British
Something like that. But okay, so
British people.
that's one of them.
He's canonically Eastern European.
Yeah,
Who,
he's
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
he's.
Oh, he
from
sounds British.
Central Europe.
Yeah.
Well, that's just because he's played by Anthony Hopkins.
Well, yeah, it was at the. We're on a tangent.
Yeah, we are
Didn't he-
definitely on a
didn't he,
tangent.
part of his origin story is like the Russian soldier slaughtered his family
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
during. I don't know if he was a boy during World War One or World War Two.
something like that. Can I find another person that was shopping in the store and talk to them as well?
Yeah, there's one other person.
Okay. I would
They're
also.
not very short though.
That's okay.
I mean, I thought we were going to talk to this guy.
We have to get people out of the store first, Carl. So why?
I'll just
why would
tell
we
him to
ma-
leave.
No. What if they have information we need?
They left. If you say everybody out, so you ought to. I don't. Do you do that or not?
I can. I have coercion.
Can you let me talk to the
You
person
also have.
first,
You also
Carl?
have the authority of a. You're basically police. If you say, "Hey, everybody, clear out."
But I want to see if the other person
But-
in there had happened to have been in the night before or the day before. What items they might be looking for in there. I'm just trying to get an idea if they're going to say something to me.
Okay. Whatever.
Whatever. You can tell them to leave then, Carl.
No, go for it. Do what you're going to do. And just let me know when I can rough people up.
Why do we have to rough anybody up?
Because that's what I do. I haven't been able to do it.
Save it. You might need it for, like, the store owner, okay?
Okay.
So,
Promise.
well, let Arlen talk to the shop owner first, and then if he doesn't answer questions, then you can stickball him. But can I ask the other patron if he comes in often if he was in the night before?
No, last night, no, I wasn't in here last night.
Do you come here often?
You know, maybe a couple times a month.
I see. Well, I appreciate your honesty. Thank you. I think we are gonna speak with
Right now, I'm looking for a hat, but I don't think he doesn't really seem to have anything that I want. So
What kind of hat are you looking for?
it's like a sun hat, just something to keep the sun off.
Ah. Okay. You've never come in and looked for anything on, like, shall we say, different cults in the area?
No, why would I do that?
I don't know. They wear hats too.
Is there a cult in the area?
I don't know. What if there was? Wouldn't you want to know about them?
That would be, I suppose I would.
Then if, let's say, you were in here and you saw, like, a documentary on them.
Am I being detained?
No.
Let me see your ID.
I'm a sovereign citizen.
I need to see your papers, please.
So,
oh. And she's
Yeah,
just chit-chatting.
Okay.
She's trying to make him uncomfortable enough that he does leave.
Okay. Well, I mean, he does. He's just said he doesn't see anything really. He's just kind of looked around and not really found anything that interests him. So he'll move on in a second.
Okay. While waiting for them to leave, I think I would look around to see if it looks like everything is out in the store, or does he have like a quote unquote special area?
Is somebody gonna talk to him?
Yeah.
Let's talk to.
Once the people leave, Carl wants to throw them out.
Well, if they leave on their own, that's fine. If I need to throw them out, I'll throw them out.
I'll be right back.
All right. Well, if the people are leaving, I'll talk to the proprietor. Yeah.
Okay. Make a charm check.
Not
Just
coercion.
regular success. 8.
Yep.
Wow.
Unless you want to.
Oh
No.
boy.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Oh, who did you hit?
Oh,
Don't you have a power or an ability that affects your charm, or is it the?
So I. Sort of. It's a thing that I can put him to the trance that makes him more vulnerable to charm.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't actually affect my charm normally.
All right. Well, he is not. He tells you're trying to. It's like you get that sense of never try to con a con man kind of thing.
Mm.
You know, he recognizes you're laid it on thick and it doesn't really land. I mean, he never breaks kind of the polite facade, but he's not impressed by you.
okay. Well, he better be
On the
impressed
other
by
hand, on the other hand, what do you say?
me. I say you better cooperate, and I get my club and I.
What do you want to know? What do you want to know? It's okay. I don't want any trouble. What do you want to know? Amy, make an investigation check while this is going on.
Because I'm poking around.
Yeah, ask about that.
Lower. He's distracted, so lower the number to 7. Okay, Carl, what do you want to know?
I ask him about that kid. How often did he come in here? What did he buy?
We talked. He pretty often. He was a good customer.
Yeah. No one knows he's been killed, right? It's not public knowledge,
No,
right?
no.
Okay. All right. I won't mention that unless he asks, and then we'll decide.
No, I wouldn't say that he's deceased. I would just say that he's.
Okay.
I'm
detained.
talking to him.
I know.
I wouldn't talk to. Okay.
I'm poking
All right.
around.
Okay.
I'm one with the fixtures in that room.
All right. So I ask him about
Carl.
that. What did he buy?
He buys. You know, he's always kind of looking for parts to
He
enhance
puts it
his
together
computer
himself.
setup.
Okay.
Yeah. He's really good at that stuff. And then he buys media. He buys games and documentaries and.
What about this documentary
Films
on this cult?
Which one is that?
That cult that lives outside of town. The cult.
Way of Hyangazawag.
Yeah, the ones who think that
Darkness
we're all
Embracing.
dead. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I got those from one of those Hyangazawag weirdos from the boatyards. They kind of come in and sell stuff.
Oh, okay.
Trade for stuff all the time. I took a handful from them and then sold them. They're just informative, as far as I know, just kind of informative about their beliefs.
I kind of put, both hands on my club and shoulder.
The guy I bought it from goes by the name. I think it's Withoning. He comes and goes.
How do you spell that?
Withoning, Withaning. He comes and goes. He's got a place over on the boatyards. That you'd be able, probably pretty easy to find actually.
Yeah.
He comes in from their compound every so often, and they grow vegetables and fruits, and so they'll come trade for some of that. But occasionally they'll have other things that they'll swap for.
Okay.
Truth is, he's the only one I've ever met. He's kind of strange, and from what I understand, they're all kind of strange.
Right.
Halata, you notice there is an area in the back with a lot of tech. It's like around a corner, not out in, like, you would almost have to be, it's like kind of behind a curtain.
She'll go behind the curtain.
You'd have to know it's there, or he would have to offer to show it to you. It's just a bunch of looks like modded tech, so not standard issued technology.
She'll definitely go back there.
Okay. Yeah.
I have some more questions.
Okay.
I kind of put, like I said, 2 hands on my club but shoulder it,
Yeah.
But like maybe I could swing it very easily, and I say, did you sell anything that could have harmed Wattox? That's a kid.
No,
that's a kid's name.
I wouldn't. Why would I hurt him? He's a good customer. He's a good kid.
Okay, last question. Do you sell anything that would be illegal here?
No.
Is he lying?
He doesn't seem to be lying.
Yeah, what would I roll for that? I'm very gullible.
Can
This is deception.
I've got really good deception. Can I see?
Yeah.
Roll
Go ahead.
deception. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Right.
I'll roll 2, but mine sucks. So I'll be like, okay.
I only got 2.
He's not
He's not deceiving.
He's not lying. He is scared. Yes, he's got Sayada in here. One of them's got its club out and is kind of flexing his muscles.
The other one's just walking around.
He did not respond to good cop, but he's definitely responding to bad cop.
Well, I go see that your licenses are in order then, and that you don't sell anything illegal.
Okay.
Citizen, or however.
All right.
we say
So,
that.
but of course, Halata's looking at an extra room full of questionably modified technology.
Well, it's not necessarily illegal, but it could have been obtained illegally. But I didn't ask that.
It's not illegal. It's just not like off the shelf. Like this would have been custom modded. Yeah.
Yep. That's cool.
Okay. Would I see any VR headsets or?
So Arlen put it together.
There's VR sets. There's computer stuff. There's stuff you could use to modify a drone. Stuff you might even use to modify weapons.
Whoa! Isn't that questionable?
Well, weapons aren't illegal.
No, but like mods, to convert them to automatic or something.
Yeah, there's no laws against it. I mean, it's.
Well, Halata would want to come out and say, "I see you have parts for drones," and.
But if theoretically, if someone wanted to ditch a weapon, they might come on it here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is true.
Yeah.
But she wants to know how much or what she would have to do to have those drone parts and the weapon parts.
You know what? Look, I don't want any trouble. You just if you see some drone parts that you'd like, you can take them. They're hard to sell anyway down here.
Thank you.
Oh, really?
But I'd also like to purchase the weapons. And she'll tell him, look, because my dream is to turn my drone into a military drone so that, I can have better scopes on it. Maybe, it can do some reconning for me and,
So,
and if necessary.
So we'll abstract this and say you can get a lot of parts.
Thank you.
For that.
Does he have like a? I don't actually have a war club. So I'm really good at using one, but.
What's the cost on a war club?
I don't remember. It's more than 4. I have a recurve bow and a regular club. And
what's your wealth?
It's 4. Yeah, my wealth is 4, so I know it's more than 4.
Okay. Let me
mean-
look at that, and then we'll take a break.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, Olata definitely, if she had some money with her, would give it to him for some of it as a token of her gratitude.
Okay. Let's see.
I mean, yeah. I feel like I wouldn't want to take stuff from them without payment, even if it's like, hey, if you need extra security while on our off days, I wouldn't mind doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
Type
I
of
mean,
thing.
Olata was.
A war club.
Was there anything, Arlen, that your character
War
needs?
club or a magbo?
I don't think there's anything that I need now.
So war club is a rank 4.
Is it?
So you could buy one off him, no problem.
Oh, I don't know why I thought it was.
He's friendly enough. You don't have to roll. You can just.
Oh, normally you'd have to
Yeah.
roll
I think you have to roll
if it's equal to or less. Okay.
if it's.
If it's equal to, I think you have to roll. If it's less, you just get it,
Get
and
it.
if it's
Okay.
more, you have to save up for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I remember.
But he'll say, yeah.
Okay.
We definitely want our Siyata properly equipped to keep us all safe.
Mhm.
Well, you might remember me. I used to play stickball for the stickballers.
Stickball League.
Which team?
What teams are there? I don't have that. What are the name of the teams?
Yeah,
What are the name of the
those
teams,
guys,
GM?
Yeah.
Get on your random team name roller.
The Stickballites.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Olata would definitely give him what she has and offer to, if you get
It's
more
a
parts
very-
in,
It's a very
I mean,
nice
yeah,
store.
you can pay for stuff. Yeah. He's like, yeah.
You will
If I
pay
think
for
of
stuff.
anything else, give me your contact, and if I think
Yeah,
of
for sure.
anything else important, I'll let you know.
Yeah,
And if you ever, I apologize for coming off very strong, but hey, if you've been very cooperative, so if you need any extra help, if you
Why are you asking about what was the kid's name?
what talks,
What talks?
Why are you asking about Whittalk? Anyways, he okay?
He's come to some harm, but
I'm not good at deception, so I'll
um,
say no. I'll roll my deception to see if he buys it.
let's see. I don't know if I have good deception. Let me look.
No, he's
I
fine.
only- I only have it too.
He's all fine here.
Okay. He's not in any trouble, is he?
Well,
Well, we're following up on some investigations. It is very, it's very important.
All right. Okay.
we just were verifying that what he has, he came to by legal means. Would you happen to have copies of receipts from what he purchased so that we can show?
He had a receipt in the box. That's how you knew where he got it.
Where he went, yeah.
Oh, I know, but
Yeah.
it was for that one thing. But I just want to see how often is he shopping there.
I think he told us, right?
I was
Yeah, he
a
comes
customer.
in. He comes in a couple
I
times.
think the important thing is that he got those documentaries and where he got them from, right? I think we're
Yeah.
chasing down that lead. We should probably go to the council or take a
Yeah.
break and then get to the
This
council.
is probably a good place to stop for this session.
Oh, really? Okay.
Pick up again.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I think if
That's
we
good.
go on to the next scene, we maybe
Yeah,
go
yeah.
on for an hour or so. So
Oh, yeah, because the council, yeah, could be those bureaucrats.
Can I suggest you don't
Politicians.
have your stickball club on your shoulder when we're talking to the council? Maybe.
I'm sure they take them, or not take them, but put them in a coat closet.
in this particular adventures I'm reading, and it's got the description of all the NPCs. They're all like armed. I don't know if that really jumped out from the main rule book, but it's like
Everyone's armed.
everybody's got at least a knife.
Wow.
That's okay.
Uh,
I mean,
they're not walking around like for war, but oh yeah, that guy's got a knife at his belt. That guy's carrying
Maybe, but I mean, I probably don't have like a big old war club. I mean, I
yeah.
don't know.
well, now you do.
Now
you do.
Yeah, I know. I got
Now
Now you got to
Now you do.
decorate it right.
Now I got to decorate it because it's my My gold is a perfect war club, so I have to decorate it and stuff.
Well,
Mod it, decorate it. Make it,
Olata would
swing
also
perfectly.
need to buy a knife, because I think we learned last time she didn't have a knife, and it was probably a good idea for her to have one.
Yeah, that should be within your purchasing power.
Yeah, she would definitely get a knife and the parts, and then she would offer her services as a thank you, because she is appreciative.
Yeah.
But that was fun. Thank you.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was good.
Arlen,
So-
was there anything else you wanted to buy before we leave the market?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm all good for stuff.
All right.
And you said, okay, well, we'll close and. All right. Any closing words, BJ?
I'll thank you guys for playing. This is a lot of fun. I think
It's good.
So one thing I would just comment on, I think, as we learn the system, it's getting a little more smooth. It's working really
for
well.
sure.
And the other thing I would just plug for Coyote and Crow, if people haven't checked it out, we're having a good time playing it. We've done quite a few, I think videos on the game itself, but these stories of the freelands, these little short adventures so far, the 2 or 3 I've looked at, they are so well laid out and written.
Cool.
They're easy to read. They're quick. I can read them, take about 30, 45 minutes to read through them, and I'm ready to run. Just that they're not. The plots are interesting, but not overly complicated or overly, I mean, they're just really well written. So far, I've been impressed with those.
And where can we get these?
I don't see Stories of the Freelands. I got that through Kickstarter. Let me see if they're
I
available.
don't think it's from a Kickstarter.
Don't know. They definitely can check out the Coyote and Crow website, which would be linked in the notes.
You can get them. Yes, you can get all of them. They are available individually as PDFs from the Coyote and Crow website. I think I got them all as a bundle because I did back when they were the original project.
Oh yeah, I didn't. I guess I didn't. I may have backed their project. Maybe it was an add-on. Anyway, that's cool.
Yeah, it was their second.
Yeah,
it was their second Kickstarter. The first one was for the original game,
really?
and then they had a follow-up for the
region. They have a regional book coming out.
Yeah, that'll be their third one. There was another one. There was a little bitty one in there that had these stories of the freelance adventures.
Oh, okay, cool.
Definitely, thank you for running for us, and thank you, Carl and Arlen, for playing. And
yeah, no problem.
Do you want to say it, or do you want me to say it, Carl?
Well, I guess before you do it, I will say, in Cherokee, Wado, which is the Cherokee word for thank you.
All right.
How do you say you're welcome?
You know what?
Or do they not do that?
We usually just nod.
Just nod.
Okay, I'm nodding. I'm nodding. Can't see me nodding.
We will nod. Cool. All right. Well, thanks so much.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I found it. It is Gulelatsia. Gulialitchaheha.
Okay.
You can tell I'm not a native speaker.
I was going to say, I'm going to end up butchering that, so I do not want to insult our Native American friends. I'll just say good night and good rolling.
Yep. Cool.
Good night, guys.
Good night.